So hello Achiever, today I am with a new guest. He is Dr. David Gruder. He is well known as America's integrity expert, and we will deal with happiness, success, and a lot of things you will discover. He's very inspiring and he is with me in San Diego. So hello David.
Hello, David. Nice to be with you.
Me too. How are you today?
I'm happy.
Perfect. It's a good start.
Thank you. How are you today?
Oh, it's an awesome day. I met so inspiring people in so inspiring place. I love that. I am reaching my goal.
That's perfect.
I let you to introduce yourself, and I will ask you about your background and your journey. But in one sentence, what do you do today?
Well, I'm a clinical and organizational development psychologist who has a very unusual area of specialization. I help leaders and businesses make integrity profitable.
Great. I would love to know, how did you become that?
Well, how long a story would you like to hear? The short version.
Yeah, the short version. And what is very important for me and what I would like to share to my audience is especially your struggles and how did you overcome it. Because a lot of people think, oh, the successful people have no fears, no struggles, a lot of luck. I don't have that, so I can't succeed. So yeah, your journey and especially your struggles.
Yes, well, I've had plenty of struggles over the course of my journey. And the way that integrity emerged as essentially a brand for me was that I've been someone who, through the course of my career, has always loved variety. And variety is very difficult to brand. So people who are branding experts would constantly scold me about saying you've got to specialize in just one thing and then get known broadly for that. And when I was younger, I really rebelled against that because my freedom was more important to me than branding was. And
it's very interesting because a lot of people are saying that, the same thing. I have to focus in one thing.
Yeah. And so what I finally started to do, and it wasn't that terribly long ago in the course of my lifespan at least, it was about 13 or so years ago, I started asking the people around me what they thought I specialized in. And I was very surprised by the recurring answer that I got. There were, of course, people who, depending on what their exposure to me was, said, well, they thought I was a specialist in speaking or in psychology or in energy psychology or in relationships. There was a list of those kinds of things, but the common denominator was people would say to me, well, you know, it's silly that you're asking this question. You're a specialist in integrity. And I would look at them with kind of surprise, like I had never really thought about that. And the more I thought about the question of integrity, the more I came to realize that integrity was one of the themes that tied all of the various specialty areas that I have together. But what caused me to really embrace integrity publicly as being a specialist in that was when I had a very painful life experience that was about the ending of my first marriage, which I never honestly expected. And the process of my recovering from the profound emotional pain that I experienced as a result of the end of that marriage caused me to realize that even though other people viewed me as someone who had very high integrity, I was missing a very important aspect of integrity that I had never thought of as integrity. See, I had grown up in a family that valued societal integrity, social responsibility, and ethics and relationship integrity, doing what you say you're going to do. So my family's definition of integrity really revolved around that, around social responsibility and being a person of your word in relationships. What I didn't realize until I was looking closely at my contributions, my unintentional contributions to the end of my first marriage, was that there was a form of integrity that I never thought of as integrity.
Yourself.
Self-integrity. I was perfectly fine neglecting myself. And the more I neglected my own self-care, my own balance, my own heart, in service of my mission and of being of service and being helpful in the world, the more my capacity to love from here, from my heart, shut down and got narrowed. And the more I neglected my own self-care, the more tired and exhausted I became, which meant I became more irritable and more critical and more judgmental. And it was all because I didn't realize that integrity was three-dimensional, that it was 1/3 authenticity, 1/3 connection, and 1/3 impact. So as I was healing from the pain of my divorce, I realized that part of what I was being gifted with through that pain was an understanding of integrity that I had never ever heard about before, that integrity was actually three-dimensional.
It's great, yeah.
Not just 1 or 2-dimensional. Because I've known people who are have great integrity when it comes to their sense of mission around social change, but their relationships are horrible or their self-care is horrible. And I've known people who are very passionate about relationship with other people, but they're happy to give up themselves to be loved by others. And I know other people who are very strong in self-integrity and in authenticity, and they really don't care if other people have negative reactions to them, and they don't think that they really have much of a responsibility for or ability to have positive impact in the broader world.
Yeah, it's great.